Hello everybody, 3 more properties for you today, and these are all $39,950 and less. We're headed into Louisiana, North Carolina, and South Carolina. Welcome to How Much House for the Money, everybody. Hope your glass is full of gratitude on this beautiful day. Cheers and happy weekend. And so we're going to begin right here in North Carolina. Who's looking? This one's sitting on 1.3 acres of land also, and this one is in Laurel Hill, North Carolina, 28351. And it's a 2-bedroom, 1-bath house with 896 square feet of living space. It's been on the market for 30 days, and it's listed for $39,950. And it states here this house was built in 1945. So let's see how much house we're getting for our money in Laurel Hill, North Carolina. Look at how cute this place is. And there's our gorgeous covered porch with our brick pillars. We have a nice patio there, plenty of room for a porch swing. Very pretty. Now this is $39,950 in Laurel Hill, North Carolina. We're in Scotland County, and the population is just under 39,000 people. And your real estate tax rate is below that national average, coming in at 0.73% in North Carolina. So it's a 2-bedroom, 1-bath in Scotland County. Under $40,000 right here. Who's looking in North Carolina? 1.3 acres of land. It's a nice parcel. Looks like there's plenty of room for an outbuilding, or if you wanted to add a garage. Look at that beautiful porch. And there's our porch swing. It's already intact. Now you can bring out your home inspectors, have those home inspections, and bring out your general contractors, of course. And never be afraid to make the offer, because these houses are placed on the market to be sold. Hope you're all having a great day, and you're getting ready to have a good time for the weekend. Maybe relax a little bit. Enjoy some family and friends, right? This is really pretty. So we have hardwood build right here, hardwood siding, hardwood ceiling on the porch there. Okay, so here's the interior space. White walls, light and bright, letting you know that North Carolina sunshine. So this looks like it could be a fixer. So we could replace that flooring. But maybe you could just move right in there and work at your leisure, right? Since it's your own, you can do whatever you like with it. And we're looking at under $40,000 price point. And in this area of North Carolina, the median sales, according to Zillow, are right around $367,000. So definitely room for equity growth. And on this channel, you're welcome to subscribe and join our growing community, because this is where I show you houses that are way below the median sale prices that you might see on Zillow. So meander through the episodes for sure. Share these episodes with your kids or anyone that you know that's looking for affordable houses and houses with low prices and high potential. So here what they did with this is they added some staging. So there would be the living room. If you wanted to add some furniture in that type of arrangement, and they put a remnant rug down, just give you an idea what it would look like a little more modern. So there's the blank canvas right there. So that's the living area. When you come off the front porch. Lots of possibilities with this one and potential. So here is some paneling. Another room that you could have for a living area. Looks like there is some vinyl flooring. When you have your home inspections, they'll let you know if your wood or your windows, are vinyl, wood, aluminum, sometimes they're wrought iron. They'll check your mechanicals, let you know the longevity of your roof, so on and so forth. It's always good to have the home inspections, unless you're just going to buy it as is, where is. Lots of people do that also. Hopefully you've got somebody in your life, or maybe yourself, that's handy and you know what you're looking at, right? It's always beneficial. Let me know in the comment section where you guys are viewing from, because it's always great to have you here. It's always a beautiful day to view houses and see what's out there. See what we get for our money. Okay, so here is another area of the house, and this might be like a laundry area. So we do see some staining on the ceiling. But again, when you're there in person, you get the lay of the land, and these homes might be in way better condition than what they show in the photographs. However, sometimes it can work the opposite way, right? But it's always a good idea to go see them in person. And the listing agencies and the addresses for these properties are always found in the description box below every video. So here's our bathroom. So there you have a tub and shower combination with your window. And I added a little fresh up to this one. So I've added a single shower with a glass door, new hardware, and a pedestal sink, and new flooring for this bathroom. So that's what it could look like with some motivation and some money. But that's what it currently looks like. Here's our kitchen. So for me, I'd want to remove that water heater, find a new place for the washer and dryer. But here's what I did with the kitchen. So there is a GPT rendering of a kitchen with a 3-door refrigerator, flat top range. Now for me, I wouldn't want these cabinets. I'd put a range hood in there. But that's what it could look like, of course. And that's what it currently looks like. And this is under $40,000. So here's another room with your paneling. Now you could remove the paneling, you could paint it, add drywall, and I don't know if I put that room together. So here is another room with paneling. They consider that a bedroom. But again, you could paint that, modernize it. But when you get there, this might be the kind of house that you could move into and just spruce it up, modernize it if you like. Or maybe you could live in it just the way it is. You never know until you get in there, right? $39,950 in Laurel Hill, North Carolina. And again, the real estate tax rate is 0.73%. So here we have like an enclosed porch area. You could finish off this ceiling. Oh, here we have a little parking. Nice. Unless that is in the way there, but you could possibly modify that. Plenty of room for a garage, however. So there is the back side. So on the back side of it, this is what I did. I just gave it a fresh wood siding there and fresh landscaping. Of course, you got to have a little pop of color. It's always good to have a pop of color in our lives, right? Brighten our day. So there's the exterior. And there again is the front. So what I did with the front is I spruced it up and painted the concrete and the stairs black. But you, of course, could do whatever you like with it. But this is kind of what I came up with just to give it a refresh. And that's what it currently looks like there. So we'll go back up. A lot of possibilities with this one, you guys. Over an acre of land, you're getting a well, septic, utilities. Priced at $39,950. Yeah, it looks like it's vinyl flooring. Probably just going to find either concrete or maybe a subfloor, but looks like it might be concrete beneath it. Yeah, possibilities are here. $39,950 in Laurel Hill, North Carolina in Scotland County. There's your covered porch. That is beautiful. And there it is from the distance. You got a long driveway. Maybe it sits off the road. And there again is the front of it, and this is what it could look like if you want to keep it a little rustic. And let's get some description off of this one. 10020 Gibson Road in Laurel Hill, North Carolina, 28351. So let's see if we have a street view. It might be behind this knoll right here. This looks like the road that we're on. So you do have some neighbors down the street. And we do diligence on the neighborhoods and our locations, right? So here we are on the map. So you're right off of Gibson Road. And you've got Springfield store right here and a Bayfield store, so that's nice. And you have a family farm nearby. And you have a Walmart nearby and a Food Lion. You have a drive-in. So here we are in Laurel Hill. And so we're right by the South Carolina line, because right here is Gibson. And we are to the west of Laurinburg and south of Old Hundred and Hamlet. Right there, red marks the spot. So scroll out here a minute. So Charlotte is up here to the northwest. So here we are on the satellite view. And let's see here. So Highway 74 isn't too far in the distance. And there is our parcel. So there it is. So there is your 1.3 acres of land right there. Not a bad find if somebody's not afraid to get their hands dirty and put a little effort into this. 1.31 acres, been on the market for 30 days, built in 1945, $39,950. Welcome to Gibson Rd, a 2-bedroom, 1-bath house offering 896 square feet. Fantastic investment or first-time home buy. And it is in Windsor, North Carolina. Property needs your creative touch to reimagine the house. Generous layout and excellent choice for investors looking to build their portfolio. And let's see here. It was listed in August for $44,950. Now they're down to $39,950, and the house is 80 years old. So there you go. For those of you looking for a project or a fixer in Laurel Hill, North Carolina, for $39,950. It's a sweet little place right there. I love that covered porch. Has a lot of possibilities. So now we're going to head into Louisiana. Look at this cute little place. This one's $34,900. So we're reducing the price. More houses with low prices and high potential, everybody. And this one's been on the market for 36 days. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath property with 1,462 square feet on just a little more than a quarter of an acre in Winnfield, Louisiana, 71483. So let's see what we're getting for our money in Winnfield, Louisiana on Arkansas Street. $34,900, under $35,000 for a house to call your own. That's what it's all about. Now this one, I don't know if that's a tarp on the roof, but this one might need a roof. So let's keep our minds open, shall we? So we have a nice covered entry. This gives a little bit of a mid-century modern vibe to it. Looks like we have a carport on the right. Looks like we have a couple big trees in the front to shade us. And looks like a concrete foundation. $34,900 in Winnfield, Louisiana. We are in Winn Parish, where the population is 13,400 people. And the median sales in this area are right just around $148,000 to $150,000. So definitely room for equity growth. And in Louisiana, your real estate tax rate is 0.55%. So here it looks like our first living area when we walk in the front door. So it looks like that could have been vinyl flooring. But again, get the lay of the land when you're there in person. So there's our living room. Nice woodwork. $34,900, you guys. Winnfield, Louisiana. And here's the kitchen. I love this. But I would get rid of this intrusive cabinet up above. That might have a range hood built in it because that looks like that might be the place for the stove. But that is pretty cool. I like the kitchen. It's a nice wide island so you could add some counter high chairs. And this is what I did with the kitchen here. Let me see. Yeah, here it is. I took out that the big overhead there and added a counter range with some counter high chairs, 3-door refrigerator, and then added new cabinets. But that's what the kitchen could look like. And there it currently is. I love that. Well, look at the wood ceiling. Isn't that pretty? This has got a ton of possibilities. Look at all the light that's coming in through all of those windows. That's a nice kitchen. So here's another view of it. Does have a dishwasher. Okay, so this looks like it could be another living area or a bedroom. That looks like it's closet space with more closet space up above it. $34,900, you guys. Who's looking in Louisiana? Remember to hit the notification bell, you guys, because you know that house you're not looking for or looking for may be in the next episode. And you're always welcome to subscribe. This is a growing community, and I just love it. And I really love it when you guys leave me a comment and let me know that you've found your home in one of these episodes. I love those comments. Keep them coming. Let's save houses. So here is maybe, that could be living area maybe, or a bedroom. This is nice. This has got possibilities for sure. So it looks like we have vinyl flooring. Do have some wallpaper border. Have some nice built-ins. Winnfield, Louisiana, and Winn Parish. Okay, so more closet space there. There's some paneling that we could either paint or remove. $34,900. Now here we do have a little staining on that ceiling. This house may need a roof, but again, when you're there in person, bring those general contractors. So here is that might be a bathroom maybe? Can't quite tell. Or maybe that's an enclosed area, maybe a laundry area, an enclosed porch. Looks like those stairs lead into another room. And there's a side door there. A lot of windows. This is great. Wow, look at this. So you've got a side deck. You've got a little enclosed breezeway / patio there. Wow, this house has got a lot of potential, you guys. Winnfield, Louisiana here for $34,900. Ooh, somebody's got to take a look at this and leave us a comment and let us know how it's going, because this is cute. 112 Arkansas Street. And that's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath with 1,462 square feet on a little more than a quarter of an acre. So if you don't want a lot of land to maintain, this might suit your needs. Built in 57. Okay, now I don't know where this is because this looks like it may be the neighborhood, but maybe it's down in this area somewhere. But look at how pretty that is. Yeah, it might be one of these places, but how pretty is that street? Arkansas Street. Okay, so there is the street. What we can see of it. And here we are on the map. So let's see. We're right off of Court Street in Winnfield. We've got a Subway, sub shop, a Tractor Supply, Grace Wynn's food truck nearby. Look at all this. Sonic Drive-In. Got a McDonald's. You got a museum. And let's see what else we have. We have Brookshire's grocery store right nearby. So you've got a lot of local amenities. We have Wildlife Tavern nearby. Yeah, look at that. Sweet. Nice location for somebody that's looking in Winnfield, Louisiana. So we are west of Joyce, west of Colgrade, and we are south of Tanner Hill, maybe that says, and east of Calvin, right there on the map. And Shreveport, Louisiana is up here to the northwest, and we are below Dodson. So here is a satellite view. Yeah, look at all these local amenities. This is fabulous if you want to be right in the heart of things on Arkansas Street in Winnfield, Louisiana, right there. And the description for this one states that it is a Fannie Mae home path property, so they're probably looking for a long-term single-family resident. 3-bedroom, 2-bath located in the heart of Winnfield. You've got a 2-car carport, lots of storage, and a rear deck, along with a really nice interior that's looking for love. And when we look at the history, it was listed for $39,900. Now they're down to $34,900, and this house is 68 years old. It's another great possibility for somebody that's looking in Winn Parish, Louisiana, under $35,000. That's a sweet find. Now we're going to head into South Carolina, you guys. Look at this brick ranch. $34,900 for a brick ranch with 2 bedrooms and 1 bathroom. It's in Cheraw, South Carolina, 29520. Has 1,025 square feet with a little more than a quarter of an acre. It's hot off that listing press. And again, the listing agencies and the addresses for these properties are in the description box below every video. So this one was built in 1971. It's on Chapman Drive in Cheraw, South Carolina. So let's see how much house we're getting for our money. And this one's $34,900. Okay, so we have a nice brick ranch with a shingle roof. So here is the full bathroom, and I have rendered this, you guys, because that is quite a mess. So this is going to be a fixer, but no worries, because this is what I've done with the bathroom. I added a single shower and it was supposed to have a floating cabinet underneath there, but you get the drift, and ceramic flooring, and that's what that bathroom could look like. Kept the window. So these look like bedrooms. It looks like we're getting hardwood flooring. You can always ask the agents how long these homes have been vacant. You can ask about the history on utility bills, or you can call the utility companies for these counties yourself, or the townships, and they should be able to give you a history on the utility bills. Just let them know that you're viewing the home as a possible, as a buyer. So here we do have closet space. Yeah, this one's going to need some attention. Definitely going to need ceiling and insulation. You're going to want to look at the mold. And this is more than likely why it's priced at $34,900. However, you can always put your offer in based on the amount of work that it needs, right? It's a brick ranch, nonetheless, that needs some love and attention. Not sure what's going on over here on the left side of that wall. But that looks like it may be right down to the concrete floor. So maybe a new roof has been put on. All the more reason to go check it out. But yes, we definitely have issues in this ceiling here as well. And on that side of the wall. And this is unfortunately what happens when homes are neglected and there's leakage, but this home can be repaired as long as the brick exterior is in good condition. And again, that's what your general contractors and home inspections are for. So that is one section of the house, and that looks like it's the bedroom that may lead into the next room. If this was the rooms that it was limited to, it might not be so bad. But again, base your offer on the condition. And this is 34.9 in Cheraw, South Carolina, and this is Chesterfield County. Population is just under 45,000 people, and the median home sales in this area of Chesterfield County are $377,000. So again, room for equity growth. And the real estate tax rate in South Carolina is 0.53%. So there's your living room. So you may get municipal water, sewer, and utilities, but there it looks like it could be a fuel oil tank on the back of the house. But maybe they've put a new roof on it since these photographs were taken, because the front of it doesn't look bad, but maybe there was an issue with the rear of it. That's kind of what it looks like here. So this is what I did with the outside of this one, as I just added some flower boxes, put a new roof on it, painted the front door, and just spruced it up a little bit. But that's what it could look like with a new roof, if that's in fact what it needs. But again, home inspections, and that would be this house here in Cheraw, South Carolina. And this one again is 34.9. Let me just go through here. Yeah, that was the bathroom right there that I added. And this is at 96 Chapman Drive, and that is Cheraw, South Carolina 29520. Let's get a look at our street view here. So there's our neighborhood, but again, we do diligence. Little side street. This looks very pretty. So definitely looks like there's room for equity growth. And let's see where we are on the map. Okay, right off of Market Street. So yes, you have a lot of amenities. You have a Wendy's, a McDonald's. It looks like we have Quality Inn, the Country Buffet. Trying to see where the grocery stores are here. Municipal Airport. So here's Chesterfield. So we are not far from the North Carolina line. So this is northern South Carolina right here. And here's Cheraw Supermarket right there nearby, right off of Market Street. So here we are, and we have Bennettsville down here to the southeast. We have Bay Springs and White Plains over to the west. So here we are in South Carolina, right above Bennettsville. Columbia's down here to the southwest. And then, of course, you've got the coast. And here is our satellite view. Yeah, lots of local amenities right off of Market Street, basically. And there it is. That's your square parcel right there. Chapman Drive, number 96. Only on the market a day, built in 1971. And it says, this is an investment opportunity. It's a 2-bedroom, 1-bath, single-story home in Cheraw, full of potential and ready for your personal touches. It's great for your first-time home buyers, you DIYers, and it has a functional layout and needs some TLC. It doesn't say anything about that roof, so maybe it still needs a roof. But again, base your offer on the condition. And it was just listed, and it's 54 years old. And again, that one is in Cheraw, South Carolina for $34.9. Or this one is also $34.9 in Winnfield, Louisiana. Or if you want to live in North Carolina on a little more than an acre, 1.3 acres, pardon me, it is right here for $39,950, and that's in Laurel Hill. And that'll do it for today's episode. Wherever you guys are today, I hope you're having a fabulous day. Stay safe, stay aware, and stay tuned, because more houses are coming up with low prices and high potential. And we'll see you then. Have a great weekend, everybody, and keep that glass full of gratitude. Cheers.